Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, it's Pascal Eric, and I'm officially welcoming you guys to the very first episode of Unpack with Paz, the group unpacking session. Because of the fact that I already have a segment on my YouTube channel where I talk about a lot of emotionally inclined topics, it has caused a couple of people to send me a bunch of message requests across social media platforms concerning topics, situations, and issues that they are going through that they want me to talk about. And because of the fact that I get a lot of them, I cannot sort through them and I do not get to them. And sometimes I'm not able to weigh in on situations that I even feel I should. But now I've decided to listen to the people and I've decided to give back to my community, which is you guys. So this is the very first episode of Unpack with Paz, the group unpacking session, where you guys send me emails and I would read the emails and we would unpack them together. So it is very important that I say this. It is a group session, meaning you are weighing in. I don't know everything. I would give my 2 cents, but just because people are different and we all have different ways of looking at situations, you never know if yours will be what will help the person that has presented us with an issue. So please drop a comment, drop your thoughts, drop the ones that you even feel are wrong, and we would be able to dissect them and understand them together. I want us to know that this is an open session, free, safe space that we can talk about even the things that we feel we are wrong about, okay? The point of this is so that we can all be able to have community. Not a lot of us have community or people that we can run to talk to. So let's get into our first email. I will be keeping everybody anonymous. However, if you feel like it's not anonymous enough for you to send your message to the email above, I'm going to also drop a Google form link in the description below and across my social media platforms so that you can drop your messages, your situations, your issues without anybody, including me, knowing who you are. All right? So let's get into it. As someone who cherishes his friends like mad, for a lack of better words, I find it so interesting that our first email is something that is very inclined towards friendship. And it kind of saddens me that I received this email and I read through it and I was like, I would love to talk about this because I feel like it's very important for us to understand dynamics and friendships. So let's get into this email. Okay, I also have to add that when I'm reading, I do tend to do corrections in my head as I'm going or just switch words, but they remain the same. Okay. Hey Paz, please, I really do need you to speak on this. I had a friend, we are both girls, whom all through university I assisted so much financially. I was getting her provision, sponsoring outings, getting her clothes, covering her hospital bills when she broke up with her ex and he took the phone that he got her away, douchebag. I got her a new phone, an iPhone 12 Pro, to cover the shame. I got her a laptop because it was needed and the dad was sluggish to get her one. And I also did other things for her. I had a good job while in uni, which was why I was able to pick up some of her responsibilities, as a generous person that I am. When we went to NYSC, the 3 weeks in camp, her dad was barely sending her money. The dad is rich, but so tight-handed when it comes to spending on his children. The fuck? So I was the one feeding her in camp, basically for 3 weeks, as the money her dad was sending was barely enough to feed for 2 days. After service, I was thinking about relocating from Lagos to Abuja. While I was limping between these two options, I lost so much to my business and I had a major setback. Renewing my rent will cost me so much, I decided to talk to her about it, and she said I can move in with her, that it was not a problem at all. She also reminded me that she wasn't even in support of me living alone, instead of staying rent-free with her. Now the thing is, her dad has a property that is more like abandoned. No one lives in the house at all, and since she didn't want to go back to the family house, she decided to move there instead of paying Lagos rent, and we know how crazy that can be. I sold my things, used the money to fund my business to gain a little stability, and I moved in with her. While I was with her, I was playing my role in that house. She was housing me, so I was basically taking care of her feeding, and we know how expensive food is in this country. Girl, tell me about it. Her dad doesn't like me. I came to find this out 5 months after moving in with her. He said awful things I can't even type myself here. Girl, what did he say? The day I heard what he said, I called an associate of mine seeking to move in with her, but my friend pleaded with me that she's sorry about what her dad had said, that I shouldn't move out. I agreed and stayed back. Hearing what the dad had said about me really made me scared to live in that house. I get so scared to step out for the fear that I do not meet him anywhere, which I expressed to her on different occasions, and she claimed to have understood. Due to that reason, whenever the dad comes, I tend to remain in the room, hiding, which wasn't how it was before. Prior to hearing what he said about me, whenever he comes and I'm around, I tend to go out to greet him. But after hearing all that he said, I was living in fear as I was avoiding any embarrassment from him. Now the routine became always hiding whenever he came around. There are times she would even make jokes about how I always hide like a tortoise going back into its shell when her dad visits, and we laughed about it. On this particular day, the dad came and I was inside per usual. This time, I was even in the toilet, and she barged in yelling, saying it was not proper that her dad had come and I did not come to greet him since he was the owner of the house that I was living in. I was so shocked. It was so sudden to me, and I was asking her all of a sudden, I'm disrespectful to your dad? Have you forgotten why I became so scared of coming to greet him? She said it doesn't matter, I should come and greet him. I remained inside and told her I would not be able to do that. I told her it's best I go, as I no longer feel comfortable here. Later that morning, I told her I would be leaving in the evening. And in the evening, I packed my things, told her thank you, told her to tell her dad thank you, and I left. After leaving, we didn't speak for over a month. And one day around Aja, we met. She was asking where I stay now. I did not answer that. Was I being ungrateful? Paz, I'm not the one to do things for people and tell others, but this girl I did so much for. I picked up her responsibilities, I picked up her dad's responsibilities to her, did all this for over 6 years with understanding and consideration. Now, I needed help. That was what I got. Wouldn't it have been proper she understood how uncomfortable it was living with someone in their father's house when the owner of the house doesn't want them there? Wouldn't it have been proper she helped to hide me knowing how well I showed up for her? It's painful though. It's painful. I haven't been able to get back on my feet, but God is alive. That's heavy. I say it's very heavy because friendships are very tricky. Friendship fallouts, breakups make me particularly sad because I value my friendships more than I even value romantic relationships. And hearing that this fight happened because of a father, a man, is annoying me, but I want to be empathetic towards everybody in this situation. So let's turn on our empathy real fast here. I'm going to start with, from the explanation of the story that she has given us throughout this email, it sounds like this girl is dealing with a deadbeat present father. Not present in the sense that he's helping, present in the sense that he's there. Like you can see him physically, but he doesn't seem to have a good relationship with his children. People who are stingy usually don't have good relationships with themselves, so I don't expect you to have good relationships with your children. But not spending on your children is wild and crazy. You did the right thing. Never regret the good things that you have done. I don't think you should ever regret the good things that you have done because you're honestly not doing it for that person. You're doing it because you are that person. You are a good person. You are the person who wants to help. Genuinely. Someone will read your email and think that throughout the email there is an air of, oh, I helped you, but you didn't help me back, or you are feeling entitled. And I don't think that is it. I feel from this message, from this email that I've gotten, there's a sense of hurt that I'm getting from it, and I feel your hurt, and I feel so sad that you're feeling that way. First off, from knowing that this girl doesn't have such a good relationship with her father, it seems like her actions that led towards this breakup stemmed from a place of fear. Maybe she was afraid, maybe, that she was going to be kicked out with you if her father had already expressed that he did not want you there. That is, if that was what he expressed. Because you said that he said some things. I wish you did tell us a little bit of what it is he said. That would help me gauge how her reaction was. However, from what you have told me, it looks like she does not have a good relationship with her father. And that in itself is a problem. Living under the roof of somebody that does not have a good relationship with you would most times not end well. Not even just for you, but probably for her too. It will get to a point where she would realize she has to move out because of certain factors that she can no longer tolerate. But that's besides the point. I agree with you when you said she should have helped to hide you. She should have done better. But it seemed like the situation was already one where the man knew the organization of things that was already happening. He knew that you were in that house. And until she was able to say you are no longer in that house, it doesn't seem like she'll be able to lie. I don't know how big the house is to hide you, but if that was possible, yes, she should have done that. Letting you leave under those conditions is totally where she was wrong for me. And because of that, honestly, fuck you. Someone footed your bills for more than 6 years, was your friend, was there for you throughout NYSC camp, was providing for you even when living under your father's roof, was still providing food for you, and suddenly there's an issue with your father that this person has been trying to help you cover up from, right? And you let the person go over not coming out to greet your father? That's weird to me, because it's not even you that is sounding ungrateful, you that send the email. It's the friend that seems very ungrateful, because I wouldn't, if you've footed things for me like that, if you really come through for me like that, and I know people who have really come through for me, you are never not getting help from me. I will bend over backwards till I break to be able to help you, because you've helped me, right? You've been there for me. You've shown that, oh, I'm your friend. You see me as a friend enough to give me love in the sense of action, giving yourself, giving your resources. It's not easy to find somebody who even wants to split a bill. Talk more of cover the whole bill. So from this email, the hurt is valid. You have every right to feel hurt. And you not answering where you stay now is not you being ungrateful. I don't think it's you being ungrateful. I feel like it's you reacting in a normal human way to a situation. She meeting you randomly in a place, not even calling you to ask you. That is if she had not tried to reach you. If she had tried to reach you, that's a different conversation, and I will address that as a hypothetical. But she meeting you in a random place and asking you where you stay and expecting you to answer that question is crazy to me, because I would not answer the question either, depending on the situations that have happened prior to that meetup in Aja. But because I understand how difficult it is to navigate human relationships, especially when a parent is involved, I want to give your friend the grace of saying she could have done better, and maybe she acted out of fear. If this person that you footed their bills, you were there for them, you were their good friend, if you consider this person a very good friend, and the reason you called them a friend before was because of the things that they've done for you, the memories that you guys have shared, and you feel like the relationship is worth it, I don't think it will be such a terrible idea to reach out to this person to have this conversation. Understand me? Reaching out doesn't mean you are trying to get the relationship back or become friends again. Sometimes it's just good to have a conversation so that somebody can be a better person later, so that you can be a better communicator. Because honestly, this is about you. I hate the way she let you walk out of that house. That should have not been it. Especially if she knew she would not have your back later on. Though people don't know these things. But the first time you had initially pointed out that you wanted to leave because of what the father said should have been the time that you had left, beloved. You should have left that time. One of the worst things, and this is as someone who has experienced this, one of the worst things you can do is live under the roof of somebody that does not want you to be there, because you will never feel comfortable. The way you said you were uncomfortable. You never feel comfortable, you never feel safe. And from what you've said, these things that this man said about you were very vile, to the point of getting you scared. You should not have stayed in a place that you were afraid of, a place that was constantly feeding into your fear. You should not have been there. You should have gone to that friend that you wanted to go to. And I'm pretty sure that is where you eventually left to, yeah? Which is good. It's good you have left that space, because that does not seem like a space that you were welcomed in, even if your friend was claiming that they wanted you to be there. Her actions, which are barging into the room, storming into the room to scream, seems like a reaction to something that had happened. I'm pretty sure her father had already told her off, had said something annoying, and she was already in that mood, and she did not have great control of her emotions. She should have had better control of her emotions, but it seemed like she didn't. So to answer your question plainly, no, I don't think your actions of not answering her or not keeping contact with her is because you are ungrateful. If anybody is going to seem ungrateful in this situation, it will be your friend. But we can also say that because this relationship might have meant so much to the point where you call this person a friend, that means there is something there and you should at least end on amicable terms. It doesn't have to be that because you're having this conversation, it should not lead to your relationship building back. No. Being amicable can simply just be having a conversation and moving your separate ways. And I feel like that's what should happen in this conversation, because you are both people who have spent time together, years together, and to a certain extent, there is a certain level of understanding that you have of each other. So if you feel, this is no pressure, I'm not telling you have to do this, but if you feel like there's something there and you should talk to this friend, or you feel like you just need to get it off your chest, that you were not helped as much as you would have thought you would, especially given the relationship that you guys have built, then you should have that conversation with her. But if you feel like it's a dead end and there's no point having this conversation, beloved, you did the right thing by leaving. I don't judge you for how you react. I don't judge you for not having it all the way there right now. You will get back on your feet. There are down times in life and there are up times in life. And this is just your downtime. And sometimes, let me be so real with you, downtimes are so that you know who is really there for you. And one very important thing that I've come to realize is that most of the time, the people that you have been there for are not going to be the people that will be there for you. Sadly, I know we don't want it to be that way all the time, and it's not that way all the time, but that's just life. Like, the people that you help today might not be the person that you're helping today. You are putting that energy of help into the universe. The universe has seen that you're a good person and it will come back to you somehow. I believe in karma. It will come back to you somehow. Someone is housing you right now and I hope you're comfortable. As for your friend, I hope she sees this video too. You could have done better. You really could have done better. You let your friend of 6 years that was really there for you walk out of your house. Did you even know where she was going? Did you even care? After that, did you reach out? Have you been trying to rectify things? These are the questions. Sometimes we call people friends, but the effort that we would put towards friendship is less than none. We can always do better when it comes to our friends. We can always do more. I always say there's no point I cannot extend myself to my friends. And probably that is detrimental to me. But because of the fact that I've called you a friend, I see you a particular way. And effort that I will give myself, I will give to you. So you did a good thing by being a friend for the past 6 years. Do not regret your actions. Don't even ever try it. Don't think about it. You did great. I wouldn't even say you give that help to the wrong person. You gave it to the person that needed it at the time. Now you need help and somebody is giving that to you. I hope people that would give more of that to you would find you and you will find your foot and you will get back. Or even better. There's always better. You will always get better. But I want to say thank you so much for sharing this with me. Thank you so much for being vulnerable in my email. It's so warming for you to trust me with this information. But you guys are watching and you guys have something to say. The comment section is open. Full it with your thoughts. Let it be long as heck. Give me paragraphs. I would read it. But please weigh in on this topic. What do you think? Do you think the friend is being ungrateful? And what do you think about the friend that allowed her friend walk out? Do you think that was wrong? Do you think she should have a conversation with this other friend? Do you think it's necessary? Yeah, just give me everything that you think about this topic. Let's unpack together. All right, guys, that will be it for today's Unpack with Paz group session, episode 1. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be dropping very soon after you see this. Okay, so love you guys. Stay beautiful. Bye.